Alright, so for Act 3, first thing we're going to want to do is get this apple. So with us right here, and also get these binoculars that we're going to use. We're going to use both for later. Okay, so obviously we already know, neighbor, that the goal is to get into this room. Obviously we're going to need a crowbar to get these boards off, and we're going to need a key card to open this up. And also, we're going to need to take this chair off as like step 1. Okay, so what we want to do first is go all the way back here and go up the stairs so that we can get into this room right here. We can see there's this gate that we need to get past, but there's no way to open it from here. So what we're going to need to do is get like around it. So we can actually see there's actually like an opening right here in the side of the gate. So to get through there, we can see there's this lamp right here. We can use this railing to jump onto the lamp and then through the opening right here. Then from here we can see that there's a wire that goes right to this lever, and we can use that to open the gate so that we don't have to make the jump anymore. We can just keep walking in and out of the gate like this. Also in here there's this painting up there, that apple painting, which is a secret painting. If you throw something at it, it opens this up, and we're going to use that for later. Okay, so now if we come through here and we go through here, we can see there's this part right here. For here, you need to jump onto that ledge and then go over to this, and we can see that this is also a secret painting. And there's the blue key right there, but we can't actually reach it. So what we're going to need to do is use this apple that we have to throw at that lever. When we hit it, this wall opens up. We can go around to the side and get the magnet gun. We can use that to get the blue key over. Okay, and then for this room, there's this cake puzzle. We need to find 4 pieces of cake to finish this puzzle. And there's already 1 cake here, so we only need to get 3 now. And we can also open this door right here, so we don't have to make that jump again. This jump right here. We can just enter the cake room through this door now. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go use the blue key, which is up here. Okay, now we can see we're in this room. What we need to get first is this umbrella, which we're gonna use for later. And also we can see back here, there's this gated off place, and there's that globe over there, which we need. You can see there's these lights that like go on and off randomly. We're gonna need to like remember that for later. Okay, for this room, there's that door up there that we need to get to. We can see there's a lift that will take us up there, and to turn the lift on, you can see there's a wire that goes right to this lever, and this actually brings the lift up. But we need to be on the lift when it goes up, so to do that, we actually need to like go onto it, and then we need to throw something at the lever for it to activate, and then for us to be in the lift at the same time. And now we're up here, we can go through this door. When you're through here, it takes you to a mini game. So for here, there's all this, you can see there's those mannequins outside. Those will try to catch you, and so a hint for that is that there's this sign up here. It says they see you, like their eyes are open when you're standing up, but they don't see you when you're crouched. And you can see when you crouch, there's like this weird effect that happens, but as soon as you move, the effect goes away. So when you're crouched, you're invisible, but you can't move either. If you move or if you like click any buttons, you'll turn uninvisible and you have to do it again. So if you crouch like this, you won't be seen. So the goal for this one is to get this cart on these tracks, like to push it all the way to the end. And we need to collect things as we go, like to put into the cart. They need to be like specific things that we need to get for it to be right. And the way you know what these things are is you actually have to spy on the mannequins and see what they're putting in their shopping carts, and you have to put those same items in your shopping cart. So those are the right items. Luckily for us, I already know what items they have, so I'll just show where the items are and I'll put them in the cart. If you get caught, you just respawn right here, but your cart stays where it was on the track. And that's bad because they can steal from your cart and take stuff from your cart and put it in their own carts. And if you make it to the end and you have missing items, you won't make it through. It won't let you go through. And if you're just generally not fast enough, the shelves run out of items. Like items go, like the mannequins are taking all the items, and soon there's gonna be no like items for you to actually get to have all the right items, and you'll lose that way too. And there's also just a general timer. The store, like there's like a buzzer and the store closes and you have to restart the whole thing. So there's that. So I'm actually going to start now. Okay, I'm going to start pushing it. And I'm going to show the items are 5 different items. I'll watch if there's any mannequins. Okay, first item is right here. There's chips. And then back here, there's this orange juice. See, there's only one left. I got lucky. And right over here, there's this thing. I don't know what it's called. Pink pickles or something. Okay, here we go. Just put them all in the cart. Okay, now we're going to push it. The other 2 items are just right here. They're these real pickles and this stuff. So let's put that in there. There we go. Alright, that's good. Yeah, you can see, you hear that like ticking noise and then the mannequins glow red. That's how you know they're chasing you like that. And you gotta crouch. I'm gonna try pushing this thing. Oh, he's coming right at us. Oh, he might steal. No, I don't think he's gonna steal. Okay. Oh, that guy's really close. Okay. And yeah, this is the last part right here. So now all these are gonna light up. If they're all green, that means you got all the right items. So yeah. And after that happens, this gate opens and you can go all the way to the end. You can exit the minigame. You can see that'll take you back to here. But now there's only one thing different. Now that when you crouch here, you actually turn invisible. So you have that ability now in the actual game. And we're going to need to use that ability for later. So now if we actually continue on through here, we can see there's this room right here. And if we go this way, we have this room here. And in here we actually have a piece of cake, our first piece of cake that we need to find. And there's this whole like thing here. And there's actually these like weird levers. And there's a wire from these levers that goes outside. So if we actually want to see where this goes, there's a ledge out here. We can actually use the umbrella, if we turn it on, to float off when we jump off. So if we jump and we float, we can see that wire goes right to these lights, which look really similar to those lights in the globe room that are on that gate that was guarding the globe. So those must have something to do with that. So there's actually a hint outside. There's this bag right here. And if you see on it, there's a picture. It's actually like here it says music, like plants, and up, like that means like music makes like plants grow, like get bigger. So that's a hint that we'll need to know for later. And now I'm actually gonna go show that room again, and I'm gonna explain what that hint means. So I'm gonna go back up here. I'm gonna put the ledge down. I'm gonna get an item. Oh wait, my inventory is full. Okay, here, hold on. I'm actually gonna leave this. I'm gonna bring the cake with me. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Okay, now back in here, we can use that. The music makes the plants grow. So here we can actually see that these levers are getting hit by these apples that are being shot. That's what's making the levers go on and off, and that's what's causing those lights to be all like random. So if all the levers are on red, that actually makes all the lights turn on and the gate opens, and we can get the globe. We can get inside the room. So we need to stop these apples from hitting these somehow. So to do that, there's actually these plants right here. And if we somehow find music to make the plants grow, we can make them bigger, and they will actually block the apples from hitting the levers, and we can make them all red and then get the globe. Okay, so that's for that. That's actually for later, because we're gonna find music later in the house. But for now, I'm gonna go deliver this cake to the birthday room. Okay, here we go. So now we just need 2 more. Okay, now I'm gonna go through this big painting that we opened last time. Oh, look, he's in there. That we opened earlier, the secret painting. So now up here we can see there's all this, and actually in this room there's something here. There's this part. We can see there's this thing that holds a globe. There's also a picture of like a frozen like land. Like this was like a frozen globe picture, kind of hinting at that. And then there's this thing for the globe, which we'll need for later. Now if we continue up, we can see there's this room. There's actually that over there, and there's all these buttons that might do something. And the puzzle for here is actually that this is where we use the binoculars now. We actually have to look all the way over there. We can see there's numbers on the wall. So the numbers are 2, 3, 6, 9. So we actually, if we plug those numbers into here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we can see that that ledge like starts moving forwards and backwards. So we can actually use that to get over there now. So if we jump to this part here, and then we wait for the ledge, and then we walk onto, oh, never mind. Wait for it again. Then walk onto it, and then go to here. And you're probably wondering, what are we going to get from here? There's nothing here. But the thing is, we actually need this mannequin. This will help us. This mannequin actually goes in the birthday room. Oh, well, that's okay, because I wanted to go in the birthday room anyway. Okay. Alright, here we go. So we just need to put them right there. And along with 4 cakes, we're also going to have to find 4 mannequins to go with it to actually complete this puzzle. So it's a lot more than we thought. Alright, now if we continue back up here, we just solved this now. If we keep going up, we can see there's this part over here. And in this room, there's actually this over here. And here we can see there's the red key, but it's blocked off by a box. So to open this box, we can see there's a wire that goes into this room. And it goes all the way to here. So this lever must open that box up. But the thing is, this lever is also blocked by a box. So how do we open this box? Well, you'll actually notice that in this room, there's like these items here that you can't pick up. They're like trophies. There's like this golden thing under them. And if you throw an item at them, they start glowing. So you see that? So what you actually need to do is get all the items, all the trophy items to glow, and that'll open that box. But the thing is, they don't glow all the time. They'll glow only for a certain amount of time, and then they'll turn off. So you can't possibly like make them all glow at once. You need to find a way to make them all glow like in a really short amount of time, like really fast. So that's something for later. Continuing through here, we have this over here. This opens up, and in here we actually have the crowbar, but it's too hot to pick up, so we can't actually use it. But we do have to use the magnet gun to grab the crowbar. So now that we have the crowbar, we need to take it back downstairs to the bathroom to cool it off. So right in here, if you put it in the bathtub and you turn it on, you can actually see that it will start cooling off. Okay, there we go. Now we can pick it up and we can use it. So I'm going to take it over to the basement door. Here we go, now it's working. Okay. Okay, so now what we need is the key card. So to find the key card, there's actually a hint in the backyard. There's this box that's for the key card. You can see there's the key card there. And then on the back of the box, you can actually see there's the key card, and it says like put it into like negative temperature or low temperature. So we know that the key card is somewhere cold. So somewhere cold would be like the fridge. So let's go check the fridge. And we can actually see that the key card is in the fridge. It's right there. But we can't actually pick it up because it's frozen in a block of like ice. So we have to find a way to turn the fridge off to melt the key card. So to turn the fridge off, there's actually a wire from the fridge. You already knew it. That leads right out here. And if we follow the wire, we can actually see it goes all the way up to that generator right there. So that generator must turn off the fridge. But the thing is, that generator is also blocked by a gate. See how it's like boxed off? So to open that gate, there's actually another wire which goes into that room. So we need to get into that room to open that generator box, to turn off the generator, to melt the fridge, to get the key card, to get into the basement. So how do we get into that room? Well, there's actually a elevator right back here. The thing is, we can't actually use this elevator, it doesn't open. So what we need to do is, if we actually go to the outside of the house, outside of the elevator, we can see this is the elevator right here. There's this window that's open. We can see there's a lever in there. So if we just get like some boxes from this backyard and we stack them up, we can actually find that we're able to reach the lever. And if we hit the lever, we can see it opens the elevator. Oh, look. He's setting up a trap. Okay. Alright, so now the elevator is open, we can use it. So if we go up here, now we're here, we can continue going. We can see there's two different ways we can go. There's this, which is another place that we can explore for later, and then there's up here, which is this part. It's like a flooded room. And we'll actually use this for later too. We can also see that there's another frozen globe picture there, so we'll need that for later also. So now if we actually come back into this room, we can see there's this whole place here. And we actually can't get onto the train tracks because they're all boarded off from each way. So, yeah, there's that. And, alright, going down these stairs, we can open this door. And this is where we need to go. So from here, we need to jump onto these tracks, just like that. And then we need to get down to that balcony. So use the like umbrella to float, and then jump, and then get down to this balcony. And we can see here we find another mannequin, which we can use. And then from here we have two other places we can go. We can either go up the ladder or down this hole. I'm gonna go up the ladder first, because if we go down the hole we can't go back up. If we go up the ladder, we can come back down and go to the hole too. So let's go up the ladder. We can see there's this door here, and it doesn't actually open all the way because it's being blocked by things. So we can actually like throw items at it to like push it farther and farther open, like walk towards it, push it open, like throw items and like hold the throw button down so it like throws harder. And eventually we'll be able to get through. Here, maybe if I throw the umbrella. Oh, there we go, that's good. Okay, that just opened the whole thing up. And we can actually see that this is a room right here. To the right we have this part where there's a gate, we can't go through here. And then to the left right here we have this part over here. So there's all this. And there's actually okay, yeah. So in this room there's this pressure plate right here. Well, it's kind of like a pressure, not really a pressure plate, but it's like a, there you can see there's a wire attached to it. So it must be like important. So if you follow this wire, you can see that this wire actually goes outside and it goes to the generator box that we needed to open. So somehow this thing somehow opens that generator box, and this is the room that we needed to get into to open that. So to do what this needs to be, what this does, you actually notice that like there's these shelves here, and there's also these drawers right here. And there's actually a painting in this room that looks exactly like that, except all the objects here in this painting are missing from this part. And there's that pressure plate, so the objects here must go there. And you can actually see there's all the objects that are in that painting. They're all like in this room. So if we actually use them to put them on there, you'll see that it does things. Okay, so there's the pillow that goes right in the corner here. And there's a skateboard. Goes right in front of the shelf. There's the hat, which is right here. Goes right on the side. And there's the flashlight, which goes up there, which is actually over here. Yeah, that should be good. And there's also the guitar that goes right in the middle. The thing is, the guitar is actually missing. You have to find the guitar. So we will find that later too. Okay, now if we actually come back through here and go back down, we'll go into here this time. And here you can see this is the train station. So we need to like activate the train, start making it go. So to do that, just hit this lever, that'll open this up, and hit the button which makes the train go. So now we can see the train will be moving. Okay, and then there's just one way more to go, which is just down here. Okay. So now I'm gonna go deliver this mannequin to the birthday room. Here we go, right to here. Alright. I'm gonna take this chair out of the floor. Okay, so next off, we need to actually go up here again. And there's a different place that I'm gonna go this time. Oh, and also, you can see that the train has gone through here. And now these are not boarded up anymore. It's smashed through the board. So now we can actually access the entire train track. And also, down here, you can see there's that balcony over there. That's what we need to get to now. So to get to that, we need to jump onto these tracks again. So just get to these tracks. Then to get to the balcony, you want to just first jump to the roof here. And then from this roof, just jump down. And then you can see that we're on the balcony now. So for here, we go through here. There's all this. We go through here. We can actually, there's this door right here, which is actually locked. And the thing is, this door is only open during nighttime. So we're going to come back when it's nighttime right now. And we're going to open. Okay, we can see that it's nighttime now. So I'm going to go back up to that room. And this time the nighttime door will be open. Right, here we go. It's pretty dark. Okay. Let's go down here. Alright, we get to that balcony again. Just jump here. Here, jump down the balcony. Okay, now we can actually see that the door opens. And in here, you can see that we can find this, which plays music. Which plays pretty nice music. So this is what we will use for those plants, to make those plants grow with music. Also in this room, we can see that there's a sun door. And this is only open during the daytime. The problem is, during daytime, the night door closes. So we can't access this room to get into the day door during daytime because the nighttime door needs to be open too. So how would both of these doors be open at the same time? Well, actually, when it becomes daytime, the nighttime door closes. So what we need to do is get like an object and put it right like here, I guess, and then test it out. See that object stops it from closing. So when it becomes daytime, this will try to close, but it won't work. So that'll actually be effective there. And then we can come and go into the daytime room and see all that. Okay, I'm gonna actually go use this music now on those plants, which lucky for us is actually just right here on this ledge. So we use the umbrella, get down to this ledge right here. We can see this is the room with the plants, with the apple shooting things. So I'm gonna put this down here. And... turn it on, we can see that the plants are growing now. You can see it's blocking the apples. And now we can turn all these into red. And now we can go to that globe room and get the globe. So here we go. If we go down here, we can see this gate's open now. All the lights are on. We can go into here and we can get the globe. Okay, so after we get the globe, we need to... We actually need it to be daytime now. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now that it's daytime, we can go through that daytime door and do all those things. Okay, here we go. Okay. Alright, we can see the door stayed open because the item was here. I don't actually know where the item went, but at least the door is open. And now we can see that this door will open. And this door only opens when the daytime is like this, when it's like blue and there's clouds out. That's the only time it'll open. It won't open when it's like morning or when it's like dawn or like afternoon. It'll only open at this daytime. So in here we can actually see that there's a piece of cake that we get in the sun door. And then through here there's even more things that we can see. It takes us to here where we can see there's this door that's locked, it won't open. And we know that that's actually because the room is flooded in there. So if we actually find a way to drain this room, then this door will open. And there's also this gate here, which if we open, it just takes us back to this room where we were before, where we had to find the guitar. So that was what this gate went to. So now we need to find a way to drain this room. So we can actually see this room from outside if we use the umbrella to like fly off of here. We can see this room and there's actually something outside of it that we can use. So if we just go from right here, we can see there's a room right there, and there's actually a pipe that goes from that room, and it goes right down and right there to that ledge. And if you notice, that's actually the same ledge that was used for the plant and music room, where we did all the thing where we used the music to grow the plants to get the globe for this light puzzle. So if we go back to that ledge, we can actually access that pipe there and drain the room. So I'm gonna go there right now. Okay. So now we can actually see, we come out here onto this ledge, we see that there's the pipe right there. And for here, we can spin this thing and then spin it again and then spin it again, and we'll see that the room will start to drain. So now if we go back up to that room, it'll be drained and we could do all the things that we need to do in there. Okay, I'm gonna go back up there. Alright, I'm gonna go onto this. And instead of going there, we can actually go down to this balcony now and access it through here because we actually opened the gate from the other side. Oh, look, he's up here. We actually opened the gate from the other side right here, so we can access this room through that. So we can see it's open now. And in here, we actually get the guitar. I don't have enough room for it, so I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to get the guitar. Now we can place it in the place where it needed to go in the painting. So we can see it went right there in the middle, so I'm going to put it right here. And now we can go see that the generator box is open and we can turn off the generator. So if we just go down here, we can go to this and turn it off. And now we know that the key card is melting. Oh, we got down at the same time. He's not letting me in. Alright, if we see here, we can see it's melting, but like really slowly. So while it's melting, I'm actually going to go deliver this cake. Okay, here we go. See, it's still melting. So now actually, we're going to open this door, but we're going to need to take these boards out of the way so that it can actually like physically open after we open the key card part of it. Okay, so I'm going to watch this until it melts now. Okay, we can see we can get the key card now. And we can use this. And now the basement is open. But before we enter the basement, remember the ability that we got to like turn invisible? There's actually 2 more abilities that we need to get before we enter the basement. So I'm gonna go get those abilities real quick. The first one is actually, this is how we get it. If we go up here, we can see another secret in this room. There's actually that hole right there. And we could like break those all open. Not really. We need to go get like items to like throw at them. Maybe this alarm clock. Yeah, see, we can do that. We're actually gonna need boxes to get up there anyway, so I'm gonna go downstairs and get boxes. Okay, there we go. That's enough. Okay. We can stack them up right here. And after we got like 2 of them, I know we can't reach it, but at least if we're up here, we can grab boxes from over here and use those to build up to here. And then we can try to jump into here and see that, yeah, we can. Okay. Get all these boxes out of the way. And we see there's all this room here. There's these things on the wall too. And we can actually see that in this room, there's this giant magnet that's just pulling like things onto it. The thing about this is that there's a green key here, which we can't take because it's pulled to the magnet. So we need to find a way to shut this magnet off and get the green key. So we can see there's these windows here. If we actually see where these windows go to from outside, it'll tell us a little bit about what we need to do. So we can see that there's the magnet room right in there, and it's actually right under the windmill. So somehow the windmill is controlling the magnet. So if we turn the windmill off, it'll turn the magnet off. So to access the windmill, we have to get to the roof. And to do that, well, you can see there's actually this ledge right here, and there's this ladder to get to the roof. But the thing is, the wrench to open this is inside the gate, so we have to find a different way other than this to get to the roof. And to do that is actually by using the train. So there's this, if we go back right down here to this part of the track, there's this left side and then there's that right side. When you have to wait for the train to go on the right side of the track and then jump to the right side of the track so that when it comes on the left side, you can jump on top of the train and get to the roof. And we want to wait on the left side before it comes to the right side so it doesn't hit you. So we can see it's coming now. And you have to time this jump like really good or else it won't make it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. and that takes us right up to here on this roof. And as soon as you're up here, go back down this ladder and actually take the wrench so that we can open the ladder so that we never have to make that jump again, and we can just come up the ladder whenever you want to. So here we go. So now we can just go onto the roof whenever we want. And now we go to the windmill, and we can actually see that the path to the windmill is blocked by a bunch of plants. And like last time, we used music to like make the plants grow. So this time, we actually have to use music to make the plants shrink. So it's a different it like worked one way, so it could work the other too. But the thing is, it won't work on that same like instrument. We need to find like a thing that plays like bad music to make the plants like shrink instead of grow. So to do that, there's actually, if we go back down, in this room, up here in this flooded room, there's that thing right there in the shelf. You can see that's like the same instrument as last time, except that one must be the one that makes the plants shrink. So we have to get to that. We have to reach that somehow. But the thing is, this whole thing is flooded. There's no way of reaching that. Well, you can see actually that under here there's these like heaters and like things that if these were like turned off or like made like cold, then the water would actually freeze, and we could walk over to those shelves and like jump onto them and then grab that thing from there and then go melt the plants, shrink the plants. So to actually control these heaters, you can see there's all these wires that all go into like one wire right here. And if we follow this wire, and also remember that frozen globe picture because it's going to be important in like just a sec. So if we follow this wire, we can see it goes all the way around here and actually goes way down there, all the way into this room right here, which was from last time, the room with the globe. And another frozen globe picture. So this must be what controls the water. So we actually need to freeze the globe. That's what this hint was. We need to freeze the globe and then put it onto here to freeze the water. So we actually have the globe. To freeze it, we have to go back home and put it in our freezer. Here we go. Okay, while we wait for that to freeze, there's also... Okay, so now that this is frozen, we have to take it to that place. But the thing is, as soon as you take it out of the freezer, it'll start melting. So you have to be fast when you do it. And it's alright if it melts because you can just refreeze it again, but you have to restart the whole like run. So we're actually gonna take this. You gotta be quick before it melts. Take it to the upstairs room. Then take it all the way to the water room. So first we have to take it all the way to here. Put it onto there. And click to put it on. Like with your mouse, you have to like click for it to like activate. Then you have to go up here. Left mouse button is what I'm talking about. And we can actually see that the water will be frozen. And now we can walk across it. So from here we can go to this shelf. We can jump to that shelf right there and then jump to this shelf. And then from here we can actually grab this thing. And we can see this one's red instead of green. And this one plays this kind of music, like really bad music. So that's the one that's going to make the plants shrink instead of grow. So if we come back up, make them shrink so we can access the windmill, we'll be able to do some things. Right, put it down there and just do that. We can carry it across if we want to. And then we can actually see that this is what we need to access for the windmill. This right here is all the like gears and stuff. And we need to actually throw something in there to shut off the windmill. So I'm actually gonna not throw this. I'm gonna go back down. Also, after you melt all these plants, you're supposed to keep the gramophone because we're gonna use it again. Okay. I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna get an item. We'll get this alarm clock. Okay, now we could use that, throw in there, and that stops all the gears. And we can see that actually stops the windmill from like spinning. So now that that's happened, we can go see that the magnet has also stopped. Okay, so if we go back up here, we can actually use this railing to kind of jump onto our box tower and jump to here. Oh, never mind. We can see all these items are not on the wall anymore, they're on the floor because they're not getting magneted. Yeah, now the magnet's off, and we can access the green key. Now you're probably wondering, what does the green key go to? And it actually goes to a room all the way on the first floor, so we have to go all the way back down there. It's the room all the way back here. It's actually behind the stairs right here, covered in like a bunch of boxes. There it is right there. So if we open this, it'll actually take us to another mini game. So there's this mini game where there's a bunch of mannequins. You can see they're gonna chase you and they're gonna catch you. And you can also see that if you like hide in one of these, they won't be able to catch you. And from here, when that bell, you hear that like bell rings, when the bell rings, they stop chasing you. And when the bell rings again, they start chasing you again. So you can see there's actually those closets over there. So when the bell rings and they stop chasing you, you have to get out of this closet and go into the other closet before the bell rings again and they start chasing you again. And then from there, you have to go into another closet when the bell rings and then go like from closet to closet every time it's safe to get all the way to the end. While the bell like rang and none of them are chasing you, there's still one white one. Like right now the bell is rung and none of them are chasing me. There's still this one. This white one, and he'll still chase you. So there's always gonna be one that's chasing you. So right now you can see they're all red and they're all chasing you. And then after the bell rings, I'll show the white one. So we can see that they're all gonna start chasing you. But when the bell rings, they'll stop chasing you. And you can see there's this white one that still like chases you all the time. So you just gotta be careful for him. So I'm gonna hide in here now. And I'm gonna start going. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the bell. I'm gonna see if the white one is near. He's right there, but I think I'll make it. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah, he got me. It's alright. Okay. Hide. Wait for the bell. You just have to be like lucky and hope like the white one isn't like right here. Oh yeah, he's coming. I can't go out now because now they're all chasing me. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to the next one. Go all the way down here. Okay, we made it. Wait for the bell again for it to be safe. And watch out for the white one. He's right there. I gotta go back. Next bell. I'll go next bell. Oh, I could have made it maybe. I don't know. Yeah, he's still there. He's still here. I'll try going. just now it's dangerous. Next bell, it'll be safe. Okay. I think I'm gonna go all the way to the end now. Actually, I'm gonna do one more. Okay. Alright, and this is the last part where this guy comes at you, and you just have to spam, like, you'll see. You just have to spam spacebar to, like, knock him over. And then that works. And you beat it. After that, we can see that we actually have another ability, which is this one. Hold on. I'll show what it was. Right here, we can actually push the neighbor back now. So that's another ability. That's pretty cool. Okay, now there's one last ability that we need to get with the birthday room. So there's actually something else on the top of the windmill, like on the windmill that I haven't shown yet. So if we continue up here, we'll see that there's actually more over here. There's actually a ladder to get over there. So I'm going to use this to melt these, to shrink these. Okay. And then on the top here, we climb this. We'll see that we'll find another mannequin. So that's pretty helpful. So now I'm actually going to go put this mannequin away. From right here. Okay, so now we can see we have 3 cakes and 3 mannequins. So all we need is 1 more cake and 1 more mannequin for this to be finished. So the others are, if we see, oh, he's up here, look at that. If we actually go to the left side of the train station, it'll actually, you'll see it'll lead us to this other train station right here, this brand new room. We can see there's these plants here. There's actually a door behind the plants, so we're gonna need to use this thing, the music thing again, to shrink the plants to get to that door. We can see there's the hint here again, where like the music makes the plants grow, but like opposite for this one. Okay, now we no longer need the gramophone. Alright, so now going through this door, we can see it takes us down to here. And here we get another mannequin. Okay, and the last piece of cake is if we actually come back here and go out this way, we can see that there's that window up there. And if we use our binoculars, we just went and got again, we could see that there is a party hat on the outside of the window. So that's kind of like hinting that this has something to do with the birthday room. So we need to get into that window. So to do that, first we need to just break the window from outside. And then we need to go onto the roof and then jump down into it using the umbrella. So if we go up here, we go up here, go right here to the edge, We can see there's a room right down there. Then we jump off, and we activate the umbrella, and then we go right back in. You can see we have the last piece of cake. Alright, so now I'm going to go deliver the mannequin and the cake back to where they need to go. And we can finish the birthday room puzzle. Okay, so just one more cake. Move this out of the way. And then one more mannequin right here. We can see that hold on, let me get this one closer. You can see that opens the present, and we get a BB gun, which has like, you're probably wondering like, what is the BB gun used for? Well, if you remember, there was those items, like those trophy items that were glowing, and we had to make them all glow in a fast enough time before they stopped glowing. Well, that's what this BB gun could be used for, because it could shoot items really fast. So if we actually take it up to that room, we will see something else. We'll see that this actually says no guns allowed. But if we walk through, we'll see that the gate will close, so we can't actually access that room while we're holding the gun. So I'm going to leave the gun outside, and I'm going to go into the room, and I'm going to look around. I'm going to look around for like clues. Alright, so there's actually this right here. This thing, there's this lever up here, if you hit it, you'll see that it'll spit out an item. And that item that it just spit out was an alarm clock, which is actually the same item that we threw into those gears to stop the windmill. So now if we go outside and we look, I don't know if we can see from here. Alright, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to look at the windmill. And I'm going to show you that it is actually working again. Okay, if we see out here, we can see that the windmill is actually working. So whatever goes into those gears actually comes back out of that trumpet. And we can also see like the gears room was right under the windmill, which is right like in here. And we see there's a pipe from the gears room that goes all the way down, and it goes right into the room with the trumpet right here. So it goes right into this room, which is right here, which is where the trumpet is right there. So whatever we throw into the windmill gears will come back out in here. So if we throw the gun into the gears, we can take it out of the trumpet, and that's a way to get it past that gate that closes when we take it into the no gun room. So I'm actually going to do that right now. Okay. You can see that the gears are working again because it spit out the item. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to go back down to the room. And we can see that oh wait, it's not over here, it's up here. We can see that now we're past the gate that closes when you put the gun in. So if we use this to get the gun into the room, we can get the gun into the room without the gate closing. So now we can use it to shoot all the items and make them glow really fast. And we'll see that actually does open this, which if we flip, actually does open the box with the red key. But the thing is, when we do that, all of these gates close and we can't actually access the red key. We can't access it through there. We can't go through here. We can't even go through this over here. And another thing you can see is that, oh look, he's right there, is that if you push this button right here, it'll reset the whole thing. See that? But it'll close this gate so you can't go back in. So that's why I left the gun in there. So we'll see that the whole thing is reset, but now that it's reset, the lever is also reset and this is closed again. So we have to find a way to hit this lever and get to the red key without having to reset the system. So to do that, I'm going to do this again. Okay, what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna leave this like that. What I need to do is I need to hit the button, and then before this gate closes, I'm gonna run really fast over here, and before this closes, I'm gonna hit the lever so that the red key thing opens. So I'm gonna get this chair out of the way. I'm gonna show how it happens. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this. Might take a couple of tries though. Oh yeah, I'll do it again. Hold on. I missed the button. Okay. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna hit this. Oh, gotta do it again. Might take a couple of tries because it's pretty hard to do. Okay. There we go. I hit it. Now we can see that the red key is accessible to us. We can get the red key. And you're probably wondering, where does the red key go? Well, there's actually a room way up over there. There's that hanging room, and that's where the red key goes. We can see that room is right next to that train room with the ladder where we get onto the roof, where that cake was, the last piece of cake. You see the party hat over there, kind of. Where, like, that part where we saw the pipe coming out of the wall over there, and then there's the hanging room right there. So to get into that hanging room, we just need to go back up onto the roof and then use the umbrella to get down into it. And that's where we'll use the red key. Okay. Okay, now just go up this way. You can see over this, there's the hanging room right there. You can use the umbrella to jump and glide and get onto here. And then go down this ladder. You see there's this room. And there's this door that needs the red key. So we use the red key, we open it, and we get a bunch of food. And also a bunch of snacks. And a camera. But if we enter it, we get another mini game. Here we go. Now we're like super tiny. And there's this entire closet. And the goal is to get to the top of the closet. So obviously we're gonna go to like climb this here first. It's kind of like a parkour section. So jump to this, go all the way to the end here, and then jump to the lowest part of that table. So just jump, we get onto here. Then from here, jump onto these, go over to this corner, go over here, and then you're wondering, where do we go from here? Well, actually, you can pick these up, and you can throw them at this vase, which will break. Oh, well, you can make the shot first, and then it will break it. Maybe a little more hits, and that'll fall, and we can just go over to this way and use this to climb up even further. Jump to here, and then from here we go up this way, and we go up this way, and from over here there's this toaster, and if we jump into the toaster, it'll launch us all the way up here. And now this is where we are. But the thing is, there's that like ledge right there where the toaster launched us. If that ledge is open, the toaster will launch us like even further. Like that ledge won't block us anymore. So to open that ledge, there's this wire that goes right to that switch, which you can't reach from here. But to get to that switch, what we need to do is from this, jump to the exit sign, then jump to here, and then jump right over to here. And this falls. And if we go over here to the corner, we see there's another magnet gun. Go into this hole in the wall, go around to here, climb up this, come up through here, and then if we get on top of this clock, go to the back, and then we have to jump to that, then jump to this. And these are like, these platforms, you can see there's a lever right there, that's how we get to it. But these platforms fall when you jump on them, so you have to be really fast. So jump to this, and then jump to the lever. Now we can hit the lever, and we can see that the gate just opened. We can see that those things also fell, those ledges. So now if we go back into the toaster, that ledge will be open, and the toaster will take us even higher up. So here we go. see it will slide against this board and right to here. Go right to here. And now if we climb up all this, get up to here, go behind us, get to this part, and then from here, use these airplanes. You have to push them. And then jump onto them to get to that part. Here we go. Then jump to this. Then from here, climb up this way. That'll take you to here. Get up to this phone. Jump onto this thing. Then jump to there. And then from here, you're probably wondering, well, how in the world are we getting up there? You actually need to find darts and place them here to climb up there. So to get those darts, those are actually all the way back down. They're all the way back there. I'm just going to jump back into the toaster. And I'm going to show you where those were. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the toaster. Okay. The darts are actually right along the way here. They're on this board. Oh, never mind. They're on this board right here, right next to the airplanes. The thing is, you only have 3 airplanes. So if you push these airplanes off, and you have no like chance of getting there, like how are we supposed to get to there now after all these airplanes are gone? Well, in that case, you just have to restart the game, or there's another way to do it. So first, I'm actually gonna grab these darts. I'm gonna grab 4 of them. And then the other way to get across to there is just to jump to like towards this tuna can. You can see there's this part right here, this ledge, and it takes you all the way to here. So that's just another way to get to this ledge right here. And then from here, we can just continue back on up. See all these airplanes flying around. Oh, and now this is where we use the darts. So you can just throw them anywhere you want to just like make a course that you're able to climb. I don't think that's going to be good, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to change this. Oh, there we go. That's good. We jump to this one. One there, jump to that. And now we're up here. From here, we go up to this. And then we follow this arrow to that light right there. So if we jump, so we won't make it, but then we spam space and we double jump here. And from here, we just go through that door right there. And that'll take us out of the minigame. Okay, we can see we finished that. So now that gives us the jumping ability. Like when we jumped and then we spam space to jump again. Now we can actually double jump. See that? We can jump and then jump again. We can make like super far jumps now. So now we have all 3 abilities and we can go to the basement. I'm going to show the double jump better here. You can like jump and jump again. Alright, I'm going to go to the basement now and use the abilities. Alright, so we're in the basement now. And here what we have to do is go into this washing machine. Like crouch to fit in there. Open this door. Crouch to fit in. Get into here. Just go through this space right here. Go back this way. Go through here. Go down this entire hallway. And then for this part, this is where you need to use the invisibility to not be seen by the shadow monster thing. So we see right here, you want to turn invisible right away before he sees you. Then stay invisible the whole time so he like crosses away, and then we can go that way. Okay, I think that's enough. Now I'm gonna go this way. Let me go through here. We can see there's the exit that we need to get to, but it's all gated off. So we'll go into this room instead. In this room, we can see that there's all this here. There's actually a wall right here that can like break if you throw something at it, or if you like hit it or pick it up, or like pick the bricks up from it. And then from here, we can see there's the other side of the exit door, and we see there's an opening in this gate here. So we can actually go all the way back here and use our double jump to get over that opening. So jump. Hold on, I'm gonna do it again. Jump and then jump again, and we get over. And once we open this door, the neighbor is actually going to catch us. But that's where we use the pushing ability to push the neighbor back and then go through the door. So here we go. And use the pushing. Then we get through. Alright, so now we just have to go through this entire hallway. That takes us all the way to here. And we enter this room. And that's how you beat Act 3.